Nicole here again from Evolved Women's Health. A couple weeks ago, I put out a nutrition tip that got a fair number of comments. I was actually kind of surprised. And it was about getting rid of sugar. The whole idea was if I could tell someone one thing they can do to completely change their health, what would it be? And it was to get rid of sugar. One of the questions I got was, do you have any practical advice for people who cannot use artificial sweeteners? Yes. Depending on your definition of practical. If you want me to give you a secret that will make getting rid of sugar super easy, no, I don't have that. It will be hard and it will be a journey. It is an addictive substance, and most of us have been eating it our entire life and drinking it actually our entire lives. So no, there is not a get out of jail free card for how difficult getting rid of sugar is. However, there are a few things you can do to make the journey easier. Number one, get a coach, nutrition coach, health coach. Some personal trainers double as nutrition and personal trainers. It can get a little sticky, but look around. Because chances are you have tried to change your diet before. If you have made it to your 40s, I am gonna guess that you've probably tried multiple diets by this point, that you've tried before to get sugar out of your diet and it never works. There is no reason to expect that because you watched my video, that is all of a sudden going to change for you. And working with a professional who knows how to lead people through the journey of getting sugar out of the diet will make the biggest change in your ability to do that. Having support, having accountability, having someone who understands the physiology behind it and who has tricks up their sleeve to help you accomplish what you set out to accomplish. Okay, so that's number one, get a coach. Number two, get used to eating fruits and nuts. I mentioned this in my other video. It's one of my favorite things, and it's natural and it's easy and it's not that expensive because it's just fruit and nuts. You're not paying for some like shake or some special supplement. It's fruit and nuts. I use this a lot. If I have a sweet tooth, I'll just grab like peaches and pistachios. Pistachios are my favorite nut, and I'll have a little bit of that and I'm good to go. Or an apple and nut butter. That's another favorite. That's usually part of my breakfast. That is not to say, especially in the beginning, that if you eat some fruit and nuts, all of a sudden the craving will go away and you'll be fine. It will take the edge off the craving and maybe give you time to reset. Okay. Again, I do not have a get out of jail free card for you. I wish I did. I would have used it. So just be aware that doesn't mean that it's going to kick the craving to the curb, but it can help it be more manageable. Another thing that will help it be more manageable is using a cranberry drink. So this is pretty widespread in functional medicine. If you Google like functional medicine, cranberry apple cider drink, you'll pull up a recipe. The caveat is make sure there are no sweeteners, natural or otherwise, in the drink, because if there are, or in the ingredients, like if you choose sweetened cranberry juice, we're defeating the purpose of the drink. Okay. What ends up happening is you create this concoction that's tart. For most people, it's palatable and it ends up being actually quite enjoyable, but it helps reset the palate so that you are not constantly craving sweet things. And because of the tartness of the drink, it also brings out the sweetness in natural foods. So it makes apples sweeter. It makes even carrots sweeter. As long as it's not those baby carrots. Blech. Those are like so tart. They're cut with chlorine. Blech. Just like real carrots, like full grown up carrots. Anyway, that was a lot about carrots. And then the fourth thing I would say is learn to eat high protein, moderate fat, whole food based diets. Okay, protein and fat, I could devote hours to both of them, but let's just say here what's important about them is satiety. It's how satisfied they make you feel for so long. And that will help with cravings. If your body is well fed and it's not needing nutrients, it's not going to send out as many cravings. So eat that protein, eat those healthy fats, um, and eat plants. Eat lots of different vegetables. Enjoy your fruits because number one, they look pretty. So eating becomes visually satisfying. And then it just feels good to eat that whole food, and your body gets not only the macronutrients that it needs, right? The protein, the fat, and the carbs, but it gets those micros. So those are my tips for beginning to reset your palate. And for those who can't use artificial sweeteners, great. You're one up, right? If you're not using artificial sweeteners, you're ahead of the game. So no sugar and no artificial sweeteners. That's how we do week 1 of an elimination diet. Like we go right for the jugular, but in a couple weeks, people are feeling so much better. Anyway, that's all I've got for you today.